am very pleased, excuse me, despite how awkward the start was, and I'm very grateful to Alexis Stepanek for being here today. She is one of our fashion partners and an exceptionally talented person. She is not only a designer of clothing and swimwear, but she also makes her own fabrics, which is pretty unique and rare to find. So Alexis, I wonder if you could just, first of all, I think it would be interesting. Your company name is called BasicBrat. I'm wondering how you came out with that. How you came up with that?
Yeah, of course. So a couple years ago, I was working at Himelhoch Studio downtown Detroit, and a couple of my coworkers would always joke about how I would always get so dressed up, and it was a small kind of like very laid back design studio environment, and so because of that and their encouragement, I decided to start a fashion blog, Instagram blog, and the name kind of came out of those conversations with, we were talking about how I dress pretty minimalist in terms of silhouettes that are very simple and classic, and I, at the time, would often have this little catchphrase where similar to the, well, I don't need a fence or anything like that, but I would always say, well, I don't need to be a brat, but, and so it kind of turned into this joke about how I'm like a basic brat because my clothing aesthetic and the minimalist style that I have, as well as kind of the phrase that I would always say when I was getting, feedback in one of our sessions or something like that.
I love it. I love it. Well, and there's something too that gives me the connotation of, I think all of us have a little bit of a brat in us, and it's kind of fun to be able to have a playful side. And I think your clothing line, it has a playfulness to it. I mean, I know that you use the term complex minimalism to refer to your clothing line. What does that mean, and how would you describe it?
Yeah, it's kind of an oxymoron a little bit. I think that it just kind of comes from the fact that I'm pairing really kind of simple silhouettes, no frills, no fancy adornments, but with pairing that with really bold patterns and colors.
Yes.
And so there's this minimalist aspect to the garments in terms of how they actually lay on the body, but then, it's complex because of the patterns and the colors, and so it's kind of this like tension between those two that I think is visualized through the clothing.
Yeah, it's really interesting because at the same time, as I look at some of your designs in your, lookbook and everything, I see a lot of geometric type of prints, and it's interesting, but they seem to be juxtaposed into a very interesting lines. Like in some respects, even like if it's a top and a skirt, for example, there's sort of a geometry to it where there's some straight lines and curves, and it sort of complements the geometric prints in your patterns and in your fabrics. Yeah. I love how those fit together.
Thank you. Yes, I'm definitely very mindful of what patterns are going to work with which type of silhouette or garments. I think that it's really important to make sure that they kind of complement each other and play off of each other in a way that kind of works and is cohesive.
Yeah, well, it sure does. So tell me, how did you get into design work and coming up with the idea of designing and making your own fabrics to begin with? Because as I say, that's really unusual for a designer to do both.
Yeah, it is. It is unusual, and it's definitely a lot of work. I studied art in college. I went to U of M and got a Bachelor of Fine Arts, and that was where I learned how to screen print. But I had been sewing since I was in middle school, most likely. My mom and I loved to go to estate sales or thrift shops, and she kind of taught me how to tailor the garments that I was liking at different vintage stores to better fit my body. And so that was kind of how I learned to sew. And then once I was in high school, I started to make my own homecoming and prom dresses. So I kind of had that skill very that. It's still very DIY, but I'm learning a lot from the people I am working with. And then so, I work in advertising during the day, and it's tough, and I'm in front of a computer quite a bit, and, doing graphics and visuals on a computer, but I really miss kind of working with my hands and doing something away from a screen. And so I decided to get back into screen printing, which was, again, a skill I picked up in college, and pair that with my love for fashion and sewing and garment construction.
So that's really interesting. And when you're doing a screen print, it might be hard to describe the process, but I think it would be really interesting for people to get a sense of what goes into that, and how long do you have to wait before the fabric is actually ready to work with?
So it is a pretty complex process and very time intensive, especially when you're working with yards of fabric. A lot of people screen print t-shirts and sweatshirts, for sports teams or for their bands or whatever, and that's a lot simpler because you're doing just one print on one t-shirt instead of yards of fabric that you would then cut and sew. So you have to have a special fabric printing table. It's similar to like a fabric cutting table where it's padded pretty heavily with felt and then has a nice kind of quilted cover over it to protect the felt. And so a lot of different people build tables in different ways, but I built mine to kind of be a half yard of fabric at a time. So I would print I had custom screens made to be a half of a fabric yard at a time.
Wow.
And so it's a pretty large screen, but it's still manageable as one person, although an assistant probably would be great. To work in those chunks, and the way I do it is I actually do just like a half yard of fabric at a time, and use a hairdryer to kind of flash dry so I can then continue to print so I don't get any smudges or anything like that.
Right.
In terms of waiting until you can sew it, you have to heat set it. A lot of fabric printing inks also do a time-based set, so over 7 days. But if you want to speed that process up, you can heat set it either with a special machine, which is basically like a flash oven, if you will, or you could throw it in a dryer on high heat. So I was a little bit out of my apartment and a little bit out of Ocelot Screen Print Shop in Midtown.
Yeah, I love it. That's just so interesting to think about all that goes into it. And really, I mean, to make one garment, it almost takes, isn't it like 2 yards of fabric? Or if you're going to make, And so you think of all the work that goes just into making that fabric. And then you hand make your line too. So that's pretty remarkable. So
it's definitely a labor of love.
Well, so tell me, where do you find that you get your source of inspiration for some of your designs?
They really come from everywhere and anywhere. I find inspiration in a lot of funny ways, if it's just walking down the street and seeing an architecture that I like, or even like a stain on the ground, and it kind of comes just from everywhere, something that piques my interest. I'm really, really detail-oriented, and close family often poke fun at me for how kind of like focused I am on certain details, and so one of the fabrics is kind of a pink fabric, and it's a dress and a bathing suit right now, and that pattern came from spilling spaghetti on my kitchen floor on accident, and just seeing kind of all of the different shapes that kind of laid themselves out.
How cool is that?
And referenced it.
Actually, we carry that swimsuit in our store, and I absolutely love it. I also love that it's, it's sort of, it's conservative, but also, I assume that there's something about your philosophy where you want to feel comfortable in what you're wearing, but playful kind of at the same time, the brat part. And I think that swimsuit seems to be emblematic of that philosophy.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, that line was really meaningful to me for those exact reasons. I wanted to wear something, and I think I speak for a lot of women in terms of body image and body positivity, and in terms of feeling comfortable in a bathing suit on the beach, in public, in front of people at a pool, and finding ways that you can still kind of feel sassy or edgy without feeling like you're exposed,
Yeah.
like literally. So
Yeah.
I really was focused on making something, to your point, that kind of plays to both ends of that spectrum.
That's really neat. So you have 3 suits that that we offer at Himelhoch, and I love all of your designs for those suits, and I think they all fit that those qualities that you were targeting to provide to women as your customers, and you just did such a great job with it. So what inspired you to go into swimwear? Because you've made dresses and skirts, different coordinate sets and so forth. What made you decide to go into swimwear?
Well, I mean, growing up in Michigan, we're surrounded by lakes, and I love swimming. I love water. I love being around the water. And I really wanted to do something that kind of was involved with that. And bathing suits are really, really difficult to find. They're really difficult to find the ones that you like.
Yeah.
They're oftentimes really expensive when you do find the one that you like. And so I wanted to kind of set out to make something that was affordable and playful and conservative all at the same time.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where I dove into it. And I've got 2 friends in Detroit. They run a collective called Hot Stuff, and they put on really, really great parties. And at the time, they were hosting pool parties in News Center. And it just felt like a really good kind of moment to showcase a line as well. So I partnered with them and held the launch of the swimsuits at one of their pool parties, which was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Now, did you tell me that do you work with Detroit Sewn to get some of your suits made, or was that someone? Yeah. Karen Buscemi is one of our fashion partners also. So.
Awesome, love it. Yeah, she's great. Yeah. I worked with the women there and Karen to create limited run of the swimsuits. Swimsuit fabric is notoriously difficult to work with, and I was making larger quantities than I have been, and so I decided I wanted to work locally and work with women, and they were a great partner in that.
That's really cool. So tell me, it's interesting to think about how you balance working full time in advertising, and you're launching your business, and launching a business is a process. It takes time. I personally think that you have this exceptional design talent, and I think that your designs and your work really deserve to go places. So how do you balance that? How are you coping with all of that?
It's definitely a challenge, and I find myself kind of going, it's like mountains and valleys in terms of energy, and I think what's nice is I do work in a creative industry, so it kind of complements it in a lot of great ways, and right now I'm actually working on fashion-based clients as well, so that kind of insider knowledge in the way that they run their businesses has kind of helped me kind of learn how like the big companies are doing it and how that can be applied to the work that I'm doing as well.
Yeah.
And my coworkers have always been so supportive as well, which is really great.
That's really important, and it makes a lot of sense to be starting something like this while you're working, because it can get you through all the startup phases. So right now we're carrying your swimsuit lines. You've mentioned that you're thinking of kind of going in a direction of custom clothing. How is that going to work?
Yeah, of course. So just knowing kind of starting a business is hard. It's difficult to scale it up. And sitting on inventory is not only a financial risk, but it's not necessarily like super environmentally friendly. And knowing that body types are very different, I've decided to pursue a business model that focuses more on producing samples and kind of using those to market the line, and then working with anyone that is interested to custom make a garment for them, and kind of exploring potentially maybe selecting different colors for different garments and allowing them to kind of customize it to their taste a little bit more. And I think that while it's going to get a higher price point, also allows someone to have something that fits them really well, as well as be the perfect combination of garment and color and pattern.
And not only that, I think people appreciate knowing that they're wearing something unique and that they're not going to see everybody on the street wearing the same thing. So I don't know if you know, but we have the ability on our website to put in custom fields where people can enter their dimensions, their measurements and stuff, and they can place orders that way. So if that's something you're interested in, we'd love to work with you on expanding your line in that way. So
absolutely.
So for the most part, you're making your own fabrics. At some point, as you grow, do you envision that you're going to need to find other sources of supply that, and you mentioned that you want to be ethical in how you do that and reduce waste, and that's such a challenging balance to strike. So how do you see that fitting into things?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been doing quite a bit of research and experimentation over the past year in terms of the best way to do that. And I think, while I'm not, I think such a core focus of the work I do is designing the textiles, taking out that printing, like taking that off of my plate and off of my shoulders and taking that into the hands of like a trusted partner is definitely something I'm exploring. And there's different ways of doing that, and we're finding that digitally printing onto fabric is a lot more environmentally friendly than all of the waste that's associated with screen printing.
Interesting,
Pardon?
I said that's interesting, particularly if you go larger scale, I would think. Yeah,
absolutely. Yes. So that is something I have been exploring and working with different partners across the country to kind of figure out who that partner could be and what types of fabric I could get.
Yeah, I love it. So I guess I have one other thing that I've been thinking about asking you. You've mentioned that you're sort of going into a direction of a more personal collection that you call bedroom wear, and I love how you conceptualize these creative ideas. Can you explain to us what that is and how that might come to be?
Yeah, absolutely. Bedroom wear, it's not quite, lingerie. It's not a cozy nightgown. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. And this whole collection that I've been working on for the past couple months, it's definitely more conceptual. It's definitely more of a personal theme that I was kind of going through this moment in life about a year ago, where I was noticing things with patterns with myself and also the people around me, where we often have empty spaces in our lives. And I think that that's quite literally, but also metaphorically. We tend to look at aspects of our lives that we think are potentially lacking. And we try to find ways to fill it because we're not quite comfortable with the fact that we may not be quote-unquote whole. And I think that that's something where you feel a lot of growth pains and you're trying to figure out who you are. And I think that continues throughout your entire life as, change or grief or whatever it may be happens. And so I think the bedroom wear really kind of as a garment choice or as a type of garment fit that metaphor and that kind of emotion that you feel in terms of thinking about empty spaces. And I think it references safe spaces as well, and how in times of discomfort, emotional discomfort, we often try to find places where we feel safe or comfortable, or with people we feel safe and comfortable with. And I think about bedrooms, and that's somewhere where you are cozy and you're comfortable and it's a safe space. And so thinking about how garments can play into that as well.
I love it. That is just such a creative way of thinking about it and finding a need that's there. I'm really excited to see what you come up with and what you come out with. So.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah, I'm excited.
So, is there anything else that you'd like to share with us that I haven't asked you about at this point?
No, I don't think so. We covered a lot of ground, and I'm really just so appreciative for us to be able to do this and have time to talk and our partnership, and I'm really excited to be a part of it.
I'm really excited. We're so excited to partner with you, and I love your designs. I know that our customers are going to really love your designs, and I'm looking forward to being able to expand your collection as you're able to provide more offerings. So thank you so much, Alexis. It's been a great pleasure to be with you today.
Yeah, same.
Thanks.
Really happy about it.
Well, thank you, and thanks again for putting up with our technology glitch and everyone else who I think we found a solution. So I look
Great.
forward to seeing and hearing more from you. And thank you, everyone who was able to join us today. I think we'll call it
Yes.
to a close now.
Perfect.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye-bye.